Anyway, we better get into the calls before we get another capital F from the listeners.
That's right.
Anyway, let's get to the calls. Once again, folks, it is Link Up Radio 93.5 WVIP. I want to say thanks to God we are alive and we're here to be able to help out a lot of folks. Again, it is Squeeze and Brad Bernstein, who have become a very good friend of mine over the past 13 years.
By the way, we have a telephone number if anybody wants to reach us.
Yeah, we do, right?
Yes.
1-800-LAW-LINK is the number for Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. They've been around since 1958. They've been with Link Up for 13 years. They've helped thousands of people when it comes to immigration, criminal defense, personal injury, family law, matrimonial issues, and now tax debt. You are on the air. How you doing today?
Good afternoon, Brad. Good afternoon, Squeeze.
Plush, man.
I have a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Plush, but my question is that when you go to file a citizenship, how you keep your dual? What if you want to keep your Jamaican citizenship also with American citizenship? How you do that?
Can I answer that one?
Yes.
Okay. It's very simple, man.
It just happens.
Just go swear in and become a United States citizen, and you're good. Just keep your Jamaica passport.
What happens is this, okay? Jamaica, as long as you're not a politician.
Right.
Okay, as long as you don't plan on running for Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Right.
And as long as you don't run on, well, you can't run for President of the United States because you got to be born in America to be president.
Precisely.
Okay, but if you don't plan on running for U.S. Senate or the U.S. Congress and you're going to stay out of politics,
you're good.
Okay, you're good. You will just be citizen of two different countries.
That's it.
Okay.
So in other words, brethren, once you swear in, you're good to go, man. Don't worry about nothing. You have dual citizenship. If you don't have your Jamaica passport, you can still go get one.
It only becomes a problem when you enter politics.
Yeah, when you enter politics is when it becomes a problem.
Right.
And you're not planning for enter politics, right?
Right.
No, politics no deal with.
We got the future New York senator on the phone with us. If not, then don't worry about it.
No, he's like me. We don't deal with politics.
Politics.
All right,
that's running.
All right, cool. Once again, folks, call 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-529-5465 to set up your appointments right now. We must remind everyone who have not been listening over the past week, Haitians, your consultation at Spar and Bernstein is 100% free until the end of February.
Right.
Okay? And all others, your consultation has been
$80.
reduced from $120 to $80.
We don't say that enough.
No, we don't, but I said it enough yesterday. Yeah. Until the end of February. So if there's any time that you should really take advantage of Spar and Bernstein and Brad, now is the time to make the call. 1-800-LAWLINK. Let's get back to the phone lines. We're not into any politics. Let's take some calls on immigration.
And just so you know, if you are Haitian out there, you only have 180 days from January 12th, which is really the end of May.
Right.
To get your TPS in. It is not a trick. It is not a hoax. It is real. And you can get...
It's from January 21st.
What did I say?
January 12th.
Oh, I had dyslexia there. I'm sorry. Thank you very much.
That's
okay, fine. Squeezed. Thank you very much. January
12th was the earthquake.
That was the earthquake.
But
and the
January
21st
is when...
That's right. I apologize. Right. See, I still make errors. I make errors. I'm not human.
I'm
not human.
Don't worry.
January 21st. It doesn't matter. We're past January 21st now. Get your TPS in.
Temporary protected
status. Even if you've been ordered deported. Even if you're in removal proceedings now.
Right.
Even if you entered without inspection.
Right.
Even if you came on somebody else's passport.
Right.
Even if you parachuted over Nebraska.
Right.
I don't care how you got here.
If you're Haitian.
If you're Haitian, you're illegal. You get a work permit for 18 months. It'll probably be extended indefinitely for years and years and years. Correct.
Okay. Right now, folks, that's it. Make the call. Spar and Bernstein, 1-800-LAW-LINK. They're located at 225 Broadway. They just happen to be in the same building that Jamrock is in.
And by the way, I understand there's a lot of there are a lot of churches out there that are doing this free for their congregation. Thank you very much. And we went to a church on Sunday morning, and we did this as a courtesy to them. The whole congregation was having it done by the pastor the next day. Pastor knew nothing about immigration other than what he heard us say.
Right.
And it's
a good gesture.
And it's a very good gesture. I'm not saying it's not a good gesture.
Right.
Okay. And it's not the most difficult thing in the world to do. I'll be the first to tell you it's not the most difficult thing in the world to do.
Right.
Okay. But just be very careful that if you are going to go to a free service, most of the free services do not have the quality or knowledge to really do this correctly. I am hoping and praying.
The first time.
Right. Exactly. I am hoping and praying that this pastor in this church who is doing 140 for their people, their congregation, that they do it right. Because what's going to happen is you're really only going to have one chance to do this. Filed, And if it gets rejected, if it gets denied, your 180 days is up and you are out of luck.
Right.
Or as they say, S out of luck,
Yeah.
which is really the case.